Guys, welcome to BowHunterPlanet. We know it is launch day for Prime, and well, we missed it by a day.
We missed it by a day.
Things
it's been
are
a busy week.
BowHunterPlanet is made possible by the following companies: XOP Outdoors, Gas Bowstrings, Carbon Express, Block Targets, Burris Optics, Moultrie, and Element Outdoors. We would like to also thank you, the consumer, for supporting us and helping keep the heritage of archery alive.
Brian, welcome back, man, to the studio. Thanks for coming
Dave.
in.
You got it.
If you didn't know, Prime and G5 are a Michigan-based brand, so it's actually very easy for Brian to stop by here. We're fairly close, I'd say, half hour.
Yeah, 35, 45
not
minutes.
Too
so,
bad.
no, but it's worth coming over anyways.
So we got this divide. I guess take us through the divide first off. What was the concept behind it? Why did you guys want to do this instead of like just sticking with the form? Like, how did this come out?
So obviously the form was a big hit for us. AST, the advanced structured technology, the new system we're using in the riser, has been a big hit for us. Last year we came out with a 34 for the launch. Later in the year we came out with a 30, just kind of showing what we can really do with the technology. Well, people loved it. People love to have the options. It's a concept that we can develop quicker. We can change at a quicker pace, and we can kind of come up with some configurations a lot of brands aren't able to do without a large investment on the casting side. But forging sides for the risers. So this year we kind of went wild. So the divide is coming out swinging. We wanted to kind of, the new tagline for Prime is Prime Built Different. It's kind of how we've always felt internally, but we kind of want to bring it out. We are coming out with a 31, a 33, a 35, and a 37-inch axle bow. But not only are you getting the option of picking your axle this year, you're going to be able to actually pick out your brace height. So we have a 6 and a 7-inch version on all 4 of the bows to make it 8 total, really. Wow. So basically, go to the website is what I'm telling guys. We kind of have a bow fitter on the website. We'll have a bow fitter on the website. It kind of breaks down what you do for shooting, what your draw links are, all these little kind of nuances that a lot of guys do, and it'll give you a recommendation on one of the sizes for you. But also, it's just kind of being like thinking back to those bows you've loved in the past, not being told what you want to shoot, but actually going, man, like I keep springing it up, I keep talking about it. Like, I think everybody loved the switchback. I'm sure you probably got one in your archives here.
Have it here, yeah.
Yeah, right? So 33 7-inch brace height. There hasn't been a bow in those specs in a long time. So be able to build those bows that you've really fallen in love with, but with the advancements of what Prime can do. So
what I was thinking about this when I saw the divide, and I saw you talk on some other shows about it, about the ability for the consumer to kind of customize what they want. So I've heard this in mixed things. Like, some people are like, well, that's too many bows. What are we going to carry as a pro shop? But my whole thought was, like, when I first heard it, I was like, man, that's kind of genius, really. Because in the sense that, so for me, like an example, like I'd always want a 7-inch brace height. Like I don't care about speed. People really put speed first, but I don't. So for me, it's like, if I can get a 7-inch brace height, that's amazing to me. Now I get to customize the bow and ship it to my pro shop. Like, that's not that bad of an idea. And I guess what's the plan? Is the pro shop's going to carry whatever they want to carry? They just pick a couple, or
So I mean,
if people want to customize it.
So there's still going to be 2 to 3 key items at each one. I'm assuming 31s, 33s, 6-inch brace heights, because guys love speed. And then I think you're going to get some shops that are going to carry some 7-inch brace heights in the 31 and the 33, depending on where they're at, and kind of across the board. Across the Western's probably going to lean 33, 35. The Eastern guys in the Southeast are going to learn 31, 33. But yeah, so you're going to see that at the shop. They're going to have a couple of them. I don't think they're going to bring in all 8. There's no point to that. But it's going to give the option to go in, shoot the bow, make sure it's the bow you want, and if it's still not, like you want that specific one, you're going to be able to kind of let them pick, let them get that on order for you. The cool thing about it is we're able to kind of I don't want to say mix and match pieces, because this is a whole process. Is bonding the whole system is not an easy process to do. But on the other side, it's easy for us to kind of make the parts and have them waiting for dealers. So if a guy wants to order a bow, it's going to be a short lead time. Going to be able to build these to the specs you want and get them out the door.
Okay, let's talk about some of the tech on the bows. What does Prime offer in the tech side for tuning, for adjustments? Like, what do you guys offer?
No, absolutely. So it's a half-inch base mod system. You can go with a performance or standard, so half-inch from all the way top to bottom on that. So on the tuning side of it, we've really kind of focused on developing the most consistent riser out there. bow to bow to bow to bow, it's one of the most consistent systems out there. We feel it. We've measured a lot of the other brands. They're great, but we've been able to kind of really take it to the next level with how we bond these things to risers to keep them very straight, keep them consistent. So with that being said, we aren't going to just jump on the bandwagon of bringing out a lot of tuning features that we feel that are gonna, if you bring this on board, it's gonna kind of, easy come, easy go kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we wanted to keep it simple. So we're still using the same system we've used the last couple of years. It's a shim system, but it's a non-axle pull system. All you got to do is loosen the axle cap, put in a press, and you're able to pop these things out like a large G-clip. It's very consistent. It's a 15,000 switch or movement back and forth, and we found that no bows really need any more movement than that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of systems out there that are going wider than that. We feel at that point there's got to be something going on with the bow, or causing more cam lean. We want a bow that's still going to be parallel, have straight cams, and shoots an arrow perfect. I mean, just because you have a system that allows you to do it doesn't mean it's correct. So yeah, on the tuning side, we're keeping it simple with our quick tune, shim system that pops in and pops out. And then going through the specs and the tech. I mean, we're still doing Picatinny on the front. We're doing QAD mount on the back, lower stabilizer mounts. So we have made some advancements in the AST this year. So there is a dampening material inside the tubes. Ooh. So it's going to, take out a little bit more noise, take out a little bit more vibration. We're going through with new rubbers on all of our string stop. It may look the same, but they're actually a little softer this year to do the same thing with noise and vibration. Just kind of going through and refining it year after year after year. So,
I'm assuming the same pocket. Kept the pocket?
Same pocket, yeah. So same pocket, same limbs, same cams, same grip. Everybody loved the grip. Everybody loves the nano technology underneath that to keep your hand warm. We didn't want to change those things. Those are the things that Prime's been really, proud of. The pocket is super consistent. Our limb, how we machine limbs in house, we didn't really want to change that. Mm-hmm. And then the cam itself. People, pride us on how smooth that cam is. We're going to continue to move forward with that cam. Like I said, for 2025, we brought out the performance mod. So if guys want a little bit more oomph on it, it's about 7 or 8 feet. They're able to do that. And that's where all the IBOs are set. And the cool thing about it is we're not pushing numbers this year on IBO. We're 339 on the 33.6. Every bow I've tested has touched 336 to 339. They're all within 2 to 3 feet per second. Wonderful. So really just giving you everything. We're being honest on the front side and giving you what you expect. So
yeah, that's cool because I like the idea of the customization with it, and we talk about like colors and stuff like that. I know I went on the website and checked it out before you got here. It looked like, and I could be wrong, I don't know if this is a fluke, but it looked like I could choose a white riser.
You can choose a white riser. So I
was like, no way.
We streamlined the amount of options this year. We're still sticking with our major partners on the camo side. The standard colors that we've always done, morel, gray, black. We did come out with a new color called Terra. That one's this back here. It's just a little darker than what we had last year in the Ridge Rock. Kind of matches a lot of the accessories that brands are going with now. There's kind of like a 3 or 4 tier color that you see a lot of the accessory brands are, and that one's going to be much closer to one of the very popular ones that's out there. And we also put the option of having camo on the riser. So last year, the 30-inch only, you could get Mossio Bottomlands. That was the only one. Where this year, you can mix and match all the colors. So that's why we allowed to do more options, but we kind of took some of the colors away. So there's no more scar colors, and they just kind of refined it a little bit. So there should be 8 colors total, I think, maybe with the target colors on top of that. But yeah, you can get red, you can get blue, and you can get white. And it's our first year in a long time that we're allowing really white on the risers. So they look really cool.
It looks really cool in the build-up. I was like, dang, that looks sick. Now, I will say, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it looks pretty similar to the form. But then when I'm really looking at it while you're talking, I can see there are differences to the riser itself.
Yep. So the
cutouts are different.
Yeah, we redefined the risers and made them stiffer than what we had last year in the form. And then, I don't know if it's hard to see on the camera here, but you can kind of really tell the difference between the 6-inch brace height and the 7-inch brace height. So this one's a much straighter platform. That one's going to have a little bit more reflex to it. So really kind of taking it to the next level in the options of stiffness and, being more consistent, but then also having the options of now the 6-inch brace height for a little bit more speed and performance, and then the 7-inch brace height for forgiveness and, just really shooting comfort. You know? So
basically, here's the 2 different years, right?
Yep.
So we got the Form 30 and the new Divide 30. And so cam-wise, we're the same, correct?
Cam-wise, you're the same. Yeah, no. people
Riser,
love
we're
the
not. I can see the
Nope,
differences
yep, you got-
clearly.
center section of the riser is the same. So
That
that's
looks
the
the
cool
same,
platform that we're working off, is being able to have multiple lugs.
The
you know,
AST
and
is
be-
different because this one's filled with something.
Yep. So so it's the same
vibration.
carbon, but yeah, it's a dampening material that's inside
Yeah.
the tubes. It kind of
Doesn't feel heavier.
No, didn't really gain any weight by it. It's really lightweight material, and just wanted to kind of be able to pack it in there and get a little bit more out of it.
I see the
So-
bottom riser is different too, especially because
Yep.
you have the cutout on the front end too.
And what you're pointing at, which we haven't talked about. So the tri-light stand is a new accessory for us this year. We're probably a little late to the plate on it, but we are really excited to bring this out. It's ultra light, 3 ounces. It's two components. Basically, give it a 3/4 of a turn. The slides right out. And then you got a third leg if you want to use it. So you can run this right off this dovetail on the front. Pop it on there, give yourself a turn. It's got a little indent. It'll tell you exactly where to be. Rock solid on there. You can run this how it is, and you can run it right there
with
and
the
that in the cam, or lean it forward if you have a long stabilizer.
Okay.
Or for the guys that really want to be a little bit more protection, you screw in the third leg right into the riser.
Wow, that's cool.
And the cool thing about it is like I've been running this for a while, and I just left the third leg in.
Oh,
It
yeah.
hasn't come
I'm
off the
leaving
bow.
this
It goes
in.
in my bow case that way.
This is
I just
sweet.
pop the stand off when I need to throw it in the case. But yeah, completely off the ground. Nice
So
stand.
cool.
Ultra light. So AST has been all about carbon, aluminum, components. We wanted to do the same thing with this. We wanted ultra light, ultra strong. We brought out the quiver last year. Same thing with that. Super light, all carbon. Just trying to bring everything we bring into it. So the big thing a lot of guys don't talk about is grip placement. We're the only true center grip on the market. There's been brands that have done it. I think we're the true guys.
Why don't you explain that for the user?
So the standard of a bow, the center of the bow tends to be the arrow. The problem with that is it puts the center of gravity below your hand. So a lot of guys run stabilizers, a lot of guys run sidebars, and that's great. You guys, you need balance, especially when you're putting quivers and sights and things like that on it. The downfall to it is the amount of weight that you physically have to put below the grip. So, there's a lot of brands that are pushing sub 4 pounds right now on a bow, but then you put 2 to 3 pounds worth of stabilizers on them. So with a center grip, with nothing on it, like you kind of sit there, it just sits in your hand.
So the grip is the center.
So the
instead
center,
of the arrow would be there.
so
normally. So your grip would be down here.
Yeah,
normally.
so you normally be about 2 to 2.5 inches lower. Some even brands push them even further down. And what that tends to do is when you shoot, it falls forward. And I think that's kind of something we should talk about. A lot of guys growing up, we were ingrained in our brain that we want a bow that tips forward during the shot. Like oh man, that feels good, it tips forward. Why don't you want a bow when you shoot, it continues to sit there? So, and that's what all the target guys want.
Yeah.
So basically we've been able to kind of take that center grip and make a cam system that works with it. A lot of them did the center grip, they didn't redesign the cam, so you could hold and you could aim incredibly, but you probably couldn't tune a broadhead to save your life. So that's where we've been able to kind of bring it in the last few years. And the nice thing about that is, like I said, so we're making a bow that's 4.1 to 4.3 pounds. And the cool thing about it is you can run a ultra light stabilizer system to get it to balance.
37, is that going to be geared towards the target archer and competition type stuff like 3D?
Yeah, it's going to lean that direction. I know
there's some hunters.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that,
There's
but
gonna
is the main part of it kind of
Yeah, it crosses over from super
Will that
long
be your
draw.
target bow type thing or no?
It will be our target bow for right now.
That's what I was just kind of
so
trying to figure out.
all of our guys in the office that shoot target have been shooting either a 35 or 37. 35 leaning towards the 3D side, and then the indoor and outdoor target has been all the 37. And just really with it as long and straight as we've been able to make it, it's been really quite the shooter. And the cool thing about it is being able to, like we talked about earlier, is being able to put the weight really where you want it. Being that the bow is so light, it's a 37-inch bow that only weighs 2/10 more than our 31-inch bow. Wow.
So that's it, guys. The new Divide from Prime. Check it out. You can customize it yourself. You can go online, pick out what you want, send it to your dealer. You're good to go. And it's cool that, again, white riser. Maybe, right? Maybe. It's cool. I like it. But maybe you won't like it for whitetail hunting, but I don't know. I think it'd be sweet, especially if you're doing that 37 and you're a target shooter. That'd be sweet. Brian, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks,
We're going to go
Dave.
shoot
Appreciate
these
it,
now. I'll post some of the shots, guys, and you can check it out. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
right here
guys.
at BowHunterPlanet.